All right, let's check out the Boss GT-1 Tone Studio. Now the GT-1 is the smallest unit in the GT guitar series, but it still packs a punch in terms of processing. Basically, it's got the same brain as its big brothers, just a lot smaller on the interface side of things. So the best way you can edit and explore the unit is using the software editor, which is called Tone Studio. So let's check it out. It's got a great graphic interface, so it's real easy to find stuff. Essentially, you can see here is the layout of the effects for this particular patch, okay? And all I have to do is click on each one of the pedals, and below it, it brings up whatever that effect is. Most of this you can just kind of sort out just by, clicking on wherever you see a little arrow, a little menu, and it can show you what your options are. So it's pretty simple like that. You can see here the little red lights indicate that those are on, which I could either turn that off here or turn it off on the actual effects main block there. You've got a few different views, so that is looking at one effect or one block at a time. If I click on the next view, this is cool because it's basically an overview of all the effects, so you can quickly go through and edit things without having to click through each individual effect. And it sort of shows you just in the one window very quickly what the effects are and what the parameters are. But just back to the effects. Pedal, which is whatever you want to assign to the expression pedal there. And it's basically your wahs, and of course can function as a volume pedal. The overdrive section, which of course is all your overdrive and distortions. What they call the preamp, which is where you set up the main tone of the amplifier. So you can have all of your obvious kind of things such as, boogies and Marshalls and Fenders and so forth. And you can also just set up some things like a full range, in other words, kind of like a PA kind of sound. This is Rascal, by the way, she's going to help me a little. Or you can have natural clean, so just a very flat kind of a clean tone as well, and build upon that. Noise suppressor, and then effects one, which is just where you have a huge range of options from that particular block. Delay, same sort of thing. Lots and lots of delays to choose from. The Terra Echo, which is a big favorite of mine. Reverbs, click on there. Now, if you haven't checked out the Tone Studio before, check out this with the parameters, okay? Let's say I go ambience as far as the reverb goes. You have several cool ways to adjust parameters. So for example, I can just grab this little bar here, if Rascal would get off my hand, and I can just move that up and down to adjust the parameters. Or you can just grab the actual knob itself and do that. Or you can actually get into the individual little menu here, drop down, and do it that way. So you can get into really fine increments if you want to do that. But it's kind of fun and really easy way to get through the parameters. On the left side, on the editor here, we've got all the presets. So this is what's actually in the GT-1 at the moment. So I can just quickly go through and audition different presets. We have a librarian. Nothing in here at the moment, but that's where you can save as many presets as you would like. Now, if I go down to the bottom here, we have this other little bonus area called Tone Central, which is where all of the Boss software and editors live for download. If I click on that, what you have here, and this is really unique, is you've got tons of presets, and in particular, you've got these packs of presets by some of the superstars of the guitar world. Namely, look, you can see right there, that's Luke. Steve Lukather, guys like lots of rock dudes such as Gus G and Marty Friedman, would you believe? And what all of them have is a video demo of them actually laying down some sounds and sitting there with these Boss units and coming up with presets. So it's the real deal. It's not just where they've palmed it off and someone's done it for them. You can actually watch Steve Lukather dial up some sounds and then have a bit of a play, which could sound like this. You can't miss that guy, Luke. So you can do that to audition the sounds. You actually go through these different presets and have a listen to him playing those sounds. Check it out. Where else, what other company could you go to the website and listen to your favorite guitar players play through some presets that you can then download into your unit? None.